Hi there, I'm Aaron. Welcome to the Color Cinema, and today I'm talking with Asmae El Moudir, who just is on the festival circuit right now with her new film, The Mother of All Lies. It is an absolutely fantastically wonderful, stunning film that you need to experience. First off, I want to thank her for coming in and joining me today. It was an absolute pleasure and an honor, and I'm looking forward to the next film from her because trust me guys, this one is utterly fantastic. It is going through the United States right now, through Los Angeles, through New York. I wish I was there to go to one of the premieres. If you get a chance to go and see this one in theater, please definitely go see this one in theater. It has this, aside from being an arrestingly wonderful film, there's incredible style to this, incredible visuals that really pop off the screen that work well on the big screen. With all that being said, I want to thank her again for coming in. It's a wonderful interview. It's an audio one because she was so busy and she's like going from like premiere to premiere. So it was hectic but fascinating. And all I have left to say is enjoy. Hi there, and welcome to the Call to Cinema. My name is Aaron, and I'm in conversation today with Esme, who is going to be talking about her film, The Mother of All Lies. It is blowing up the festival circuit right now, and I was lucky enough to get to see it. I actually got to see it twice. I almost saw it last year at the Marrakesh Film Festival, but I was traveling at the time. But without further ado, welcome to the channel. How are you doing today?
Hello, hello.
I'm right here. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, it was a cat. We can start again if you want. Sorry.
No, that is fine. Um, I gotta say, I loved the movie. I watched it a couple times now, and
Oh, great.
it's such an incredible film. It's such an intimate film. I was wondering, like, when you're making the film, like, how did you navigate that? Like, to the process of having your family involved in such a personal project. Was it hard to get them to agree or?
Yeah, of course. Especially my grandmother. She was never been in front of I mean, herself in front of a camera or even watch. My grandmother never been in a cinema watching a film. So convincing her was a nightmare because yeah, she was very hard to accept photos first. So what I did, that I give time. I think that the time that I give to this film was very important. I didn't force anything. I took the risk as a producer and as a director also, because I have no idea how gonna be the film and what is the form. It's a very savage what I was doing. It's a I mean, I have no idea when I will finish the film. I have no timeline, but I know that I'm working on about something very intimate, very inside, coming from inside, and I didn't want to give up, because I know also that will be a therapy for me also, coming from this family. And people ask me why you didn't take actors, for example, why you took 10 years convincing people that they're hard to convince. So yeah, it was very important to make this film with them, because I don't want to make this film with actors, because I'm not acting. I'm telling something coming from inside, and I want to do it with those people, because we will move together. If something gonna be okay, it's gonna be okay for everybody. And that's what happened after 3 years now, or 2 years finishing the shooting. Our relationship changed and a lot of things changed, and I think this is very important to make films with family and not about them.
It's good. I mean, it's got to be kind of therapeutic as well when you're when you're working with your family, and it's such a way. The way the film works, the way it like just blends together, like the documentary and the dramatic elements of it all. Um, you work like seamlessly from like style to style. Um, going from like kind of a Ken Burns documentary style right into like a very dramatic aspect and some humorous along the way. When you're working with the different styles, did you find that you gravitated towards any specific like style of filmmaking?
If I'm talking about the style, I think it's a hybrid format. I will not say that it was fiction or it was a documentary, because for me it's both. I started with looking for archive in my family. I didn't find the archive, so I took 7 years to create my own archive. So what we can call this, creating own archive, to be able to make the film after 7 years of making my own archive, what I call while my own archive, what I was shooting with my family in the house. So this is very this footage was very important to start something very deep, and to start asking very deep question to my family. And yeah, if I didn't have this material from the beginning, it's gonna be really hard to start from nothing, because if if you watch the film, so we make a story about the past without having any concrete or visual proofs of what has happened. So I was not looking for guilty people or denouncing anyone, but I was just trying to really understand how we invent stories when we don't have any concrete visual proofs of what has happened. And I created this form to find the way also to tell the story, but not changing the fact. I really was looking for the way to change the way, but keeping the fact as they are.
You did a wonderful job when it came to like just
Sorry,
that narrative.
the signature was very very important, because behind this naivety of this signature I could speak freely about the past. I could talk freely. I could also give them space to talk. I could also create a space for my family and neighbors to speak freely about the past without having the fear, and without thinking that walls have ears, etc., etc. So I think the form was very very important, and it's more important than the than what I mean what we said in this show.
The use of miniatures within this film is genius. Your dad's amazing when it comes to doing those, and the way that it reflects, and the way we'll see like aspects of the film and parts from the film and the miniatures kind of come back. The way that you bring things back into play, and something can seem you'll see it and it'll come back later, like the pictures, like when you start the story, telling the story of you and the photo that you got was absolutely astounding. Um, that being said, like with where they use the miniatures and you use
Sorry,
a lot of
again, sorry, the question.
what I was going to say was like, so that the cinematography within this film is striking. I mean, like every frame like composes like an emotional depth. Um, how did you manage to get the director of photography that you use, someone that really got like your vision, got your vision on the screen? To get the right like director with the right director of photography is extremely important, and you both seem to work together extremely well.
Yeah, I think it was very important to choose who gonna shoot with me this film, because it's not easy to put people, strong people, I mean, stronger people behind, in front of my family. It was very, very not easy for me to put this, because I remember at the beginning I bring someone from my neighborhood, and he was helping me to. He was, I mean, just making wedding films, and because that my grandmother can accept him inside the house, it was very simple for me to bring someone like him. But when I start to think seriously about the film, I was looking for someone who first make documentary, because there is a very big difference between who DOP who make documentary and who make fiction. And I think this is very important. First, I was looking for someone who already worked in documentary, and when I met Hatim Neshi in another film, I watched a film in Idfa 2022, I if I remember, and I meet him and I said, yeah, I really like your style and I like how you don't cut. And then it's very important when the DOP can have this advantage to not cut when because we can lose a lot of things. So I worked with him 2 years, just talking, and then COVID came, and we couldn't work. He couldn't travel, and I did everything really to bring him to Morocco. He's Tunisian, and I think first I he meet my family and people without camera. It's very important to not introduce the camera in the beginning, and we was working just uh, like talking, and sometimes I was very afraid to lose a lot of things when we talk very seriously in the house, etc. And he was very he said, no, 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 it's okay, we can wait. And it was very important to have this 2 years working with Hatim Neshi without camera, just talking about my intentions. I remember I bring a lot of colors, and he said, yeah, of course we can talk about colors because we have some idea about some sequences, but we cannot have um this, I mean, how I mean this what is sequences in English, scene, it can look like, because no idea. We talk about an idea, and I provoke with questions, and we start looking each other, contact eye, and we start shooting. There is no cut, no action, nothing about cinema. This is what was very very I mean, yeah, when for sometimes when I saw that we are losing time, we are losing cards, and we are losing energy, because I am the producer. So if I have another producer, he will put everybody outside, because after 1 week I have nothing. After 2 weeks of shooting, there is nothing, and I can feel it. So I just sit with him, and they said, okay, we are. I mean, we know that we have nothing for 2 weeks now, and we cannot talk about even the film. So because there is a lot of parts of this film, because I started in the house, and in the house I was the DOP, but when I started thinking about bringing my family far from Casablanca to Marrakesh to build this what I call laboratory atelier, to create this space for them to talk freely about the past. So now we can talk about DOP and Hatim Nashi. Hatim Nashi came from for this part, and I think this part is the film finally. So yeah, in this laboratory, it's a closed space. We don't go out, and I just ask him a lot of questions. If we are making a film, of if we are not just losing time, because I lose control of everybody in this atelier. My grandmother became the the director, the dictator. She's the one who decides. So I lost control on everybody as a filmmaker, and I tried to talk only with my DOP, and we took a lot of time to talk about intentions. What is my intentions? What I want to talk about in this scene. So sometimes we bring just colors from birds, and we say, okay, if God create these colors in this bird, why not we cannot create them in our atmosphere colors? And we create a lot of things, I mean, in terms of light, because miniature has the same problems as we shoot in real spaces. So we took time to create small light with a very nice team from Morocco, from Ouazzazate also. And we created a lot of things. There was a lot of love to make this film. 3 months of construction, and 2 months of shooting. I'm talking just about the atelier, and 7 years to make this archive, because if you know the film, so we can see that there is some archive that I include in the film, in the atelier. Yeah, sorry, I was so long.
No, no, no. It's fascinating actually. There's so much work that that went into it. It's like the film focuses on like identity and self discovery so much. And did you find like when you were making the film that you discovered a lot more about like you yourself, your family, like filmmaking in general?
Sorry, say again, please.
Oh, so when you were like when you're working on the film, where it's where there's so many like so much on like on self discovery and like the themes of identity within your movie. Did you find as you're making this and like in such close quarters and so and with your with a tight crew with your family, did you find that you discovered like new things about yourself, about your family?
Yeah, of course, it was a. I mean, I was making the film in the same time of them, so I was discovering things. I was discovering some stories from my grandmother that I couldn't know before, and I also had lots of answers of lots of questions, and then I can also accept some people because I know the some I'm not I was not looking for the truth. No, this was not the film. There is no investigation, but finally it was an investigation. I said that I'm not a journalist, but finally I did the job of the journalist. I was asking questions all the time. So I think yeah, of course I discovered a lot of things. Um I was looking for first to understand them, to understand these people that they cannot talk freely in their houses. So, and I also I why I have no pictures, why we cannot keep the pictures in the house. So I come from with a lot of questions, and I think I had a lot of answers, and now I have no problem with the past. So it was very good to make this film for everybody, for me also. And I couldn't understand this quickly after Cannes, for example, for the first screening in Cannes. Uh, Nothing has changed, and after 3 4 months, I can feel that there is a lot of change. My grandmother can talk about films, can talk about culture, can watch with me some series. So this is very different from the past. And yeah, for example, when she gave me the reason why she couldn't accept the photos. That was very important for me also to understand. I mean, yeah, to understand these people and accept them after understanding them, so I can accept them.
I said you broke boundaries with your family and with the film itself. I almost got to meet you. I normally go to the Marrakesh Film Festival, but last year I was traveling. With this film, just hitting up the film festival circuit, playing all throughout, doing fantastic. What do you think your next step is on your journey as a filmmaker? Do you have anything that in your head that you want to do next, or are you taking it day by day right now?
Yeah, already releasing the film in the US is very important. I will release my film next week in the US. That was very my dream to release in theaters with my presence. So I will be there. Having a Q&A in Los Angeles, in New York, and many universities and many theaters. So this is very important. The film was shortlisted in the Oscars last year. That was very important also, and also having this opportunity to get nominated for PGA, Producers Guild America, and Independent Spirit Awards give me a lot of opportunities, really. And also winning the idea best director, really this film opened for me a lot of doors. And now I'm talking with the manager in the US. I'm working in my next film. I'm writing now my next film. It's gonna be a fiction, and yeah, from but from a real fact. So I really like to work with the real fact, and then having this imagination to fly everywhere, but from a real base. I love that because I come from documentary. So yeah, now I have a first draft because I am a part of a Cannes Film Festival residency. It's a very nice place and the opportunity to write a second and first film. I start this October, last October, and we still working now by distance with our teachers to approve this, yeah, the writing. So I'm not very very advanced now, but I think that I'm working on, yeah.
Well, I have to say, I want to thank you so much for coming in, for joining me today. I hope to have you back on when you make your next film. And thank you so much. Yeah, the film was fantastic. I Anybody that's listening to this right now, I implore you to check out The Mother of All Lies, because I was floored by it, completely moved. As was my better half. Thank you so much, Esme, for joining me today here in the Call to Cinema, and you have a
Th-
wonderful day.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I hope that everybody can watch The Mother of All Lies. Thank you.
I agree.